Hi, I'm Nick and this is the TBT channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is a little bit different. It'll probably go up once it's served its purpose. It'll come down again. Last week you may have seen the video where I was alluding to the fact my wife is going to the UK next week and there are a number of things that I have surplus to requirements. So it's the ideal opportunity for her to take them across so they can be posted within the UK. So today's video is about those things. And we're going to start off with my BSA Super 10 bull barrel. Now you have seen this on a couple of videos. It's been a problem child. There was a couple of things wrong with it when I got it. They're fixed. You'll have seen that. There's nothing actually wrong with the gun. Let me just say that straight away. Here it is. Now, it's going to come with this case, Beretta case, which is quite a nice one. It's too short for any of my other rifles and not deep enough for the short rifle I do have, the Reximax. It's not deep enough for that with a scope on it. It's going to come with a magazine, a single shot loader, and bottle filling adapter, BSP to the right thread for the bottle adapter. So it's going to come with that. Pop that there. It is a 177. It has a best fittings carbon bottle on it instead of the original steel, so it's a little bit lighter at the front. In the early videos you'll have seen that that was actually touching on there, and when I took it apart I fixed the barrel, fixed it in properly, found out how to adjust all that. That's all been done. It is in good condition for a 30-year-old rifle. There are some marks, not many. The stock's in nice condition, no dents or scratches. It's all still shiny and lovely. It is a good rifle. So why am I selling it? First of all, it's 177. I don't do 177. The accuracy issues I was having with it were an issue. They're no longer an issue. It is what it is. It's a 30-year-old PCP. If I were to keep it, I had been thinking about keeping it, I would have wanted to take the regulator apart and get the power up to 16 foot-pounds, which is 15.5, which is the limit before you have to declare them here in France. And it would have been the perfect power for 177 pellets. But I've got more modern, more powerful and more accurate PCPs. So really this is just a bit of nostalgia that isn't going to get used. And here's the main thing, my OCD, okay? I can't cope with this rifle. I love the fact it's got a regulator. I do not like non-regulated air rifles. I don't like the idea of a power curve, but it hasn't got a gauge on it. Every time I get it out, it's, oh, did I fill it up last time? I can't remember. I'll have to check. So it's just, I know you can get the thing for the bottle and the little gauge and all that, and if somebody wants to do that, that would be lovely. But not for me. The uncertainty is killing me. So this rifle, with those bits I was saying, for £400, it is going to come with just a basic 3 to 9x40 scope. It's, you know, if somebody's starting off, that would be a great combo. Absolutely everything you need. Add an extra 50, you can have an Optima 3 to 9x45 Moonlighter instead. Now the Moonlighter is in good condition. It's got the paint rubbed away there. I think at some point in the deep distant past somebody didn't do the scope rings up hard enough and it's moved in there and it's just worn away the paint. You can't feel it, you can see it but you can't feel it. So there's no crimping or any damage. So $450 if you want it with a Moonlighter. For an extra 50, $500, it will come with this rather snazzy Hawk Vantage side focus 6 to 24 by 44, which I'm going to put on it now, simply because I'm going to do for this video, just put some shots, do some accuracy testing at 30 meters and show what it's capable of now. While I'm putting this scope on, let's go to some chrono readings I did just before I sat down to do this. Now, I make mistakes a lot on these videos. If you watch these, you'll know that. This first one, oh my days. You know, the whole, just see if you can spot what I did wrong here. See if you can spot it before it gets to the end of this clip. I'm going to start testing with the lightest and then work my way up. Simply because then it'll be easier for me to do the adjustments to the chronograph, and we should see a rise in power with each weight of pellet, except possibly the last ones because they're very heavy. But anyway, so we have got 6 different pellets in front of us, and we're going to start off with Crossman Premiers, which are 7.9 grains. Now, you can see I've got that right, just lining the gun up there. Pop that one into the breech, 7.9 grains. Tell you what, they go pop better if you take the safety catch off. What a wally. Okay, here we go, firing. .57. Have I run out of air? That is a good question. The next one is a Diablo Field, which is... No, it's not. It's a Superdome. Superdome next, and this is 8.3 grains. 7.74. Next, it's Diablo Field, which is 8.4 grains. 8.77, so we are rising. 8.5 grains for the next one, which is an exact 9.6 foot-pounds. 8.6 grains for the Bisley Pest Control. 9.5 foot-pounds. Okay. And that only leaves us a 16 grain, 15.8 grain slug. Let's see what this does. Massive drop off. So just with normal pellets, Crossman Premiers up to Bisley Pest Controls, we saw an over 2 foot-pound span. Honestly, what a plum. It was the fact I didn't even realise what I'd done wrong until I was filling it up afterwards. But anyway, I did figure out what I'd done wrong and I did it again properly. Right, let's try again, this time without being a freaking idiot. This is my second attempt. I don't know, I filmed the first one, I might put it in. I'm still feeling pretty bloody silly, so I might not. But anyway, if I didn't put it in before this, and that's going to make sense, I guess I have to now. This time, I'm going to do it properly. Again, we're going to start off with the Crossman Premiers at 7.9 grains, as you can clearly see on the screen. The thing is, just to prove my point about not having a gauge on here and me not being able to cope with that, my first thought was, oh, I kind of filled it up last time I used it. And it was only while filling it up that I realised what I'd done. So this might be different to the first time around, but let's see. With a 7.9 grain pellet, 9.9 foot-pounds. That's more like it. Now, here's the important part. The next one's going to be an 8.3 grain Superdome. So guess what I have to do? I have to change the weight of the bloody pellet, don't I? 8.3. Idiot boy. There we go. Let's see what power we get with a Superdome. 10.35. You see, that's much more like it. Next, we've got an 8.4 grain Air Arms Field. So just up to 8.4. I would expect the power to rise slightly. but not necessarily. It is a general rule, not a fact. 10.3, and we've blown a seal. Right, it wasn't a blown seal at all. I just hadn't put the bottle on tight enough. So that was 10.29 with the Diablo field. Next is the JSB Exact. Let me just pop that into there. JSB Exact, oh, which is 8 point. Let me just weigh one of these. 8.5. Thought it was, just wanted to check. 8.5, again, ever so slightly up in weight. 10.24. Next is a Bisley Pest Control, which is 8.6, which is, it seems quite light to me. I always thought they were a heavyweight pellet, but maybe that's just in the proper calibers. So 8.6 grains. 10.3. And lastly, I'm going to try one of these slugs. Now, it's a 177 slug. It says on the thing that it's for over 16 joules. Obviously, it's 16 grains. It's going to have the same speed as a 2.2 at 12 foot-pounds. You know, that's because that's what a 2.2 pellet weighs. And this is set up to fire 177 pellets. So it's going to be, it's actually 15.8 is the actual weight. So let me just take that up. I was going the right way. I hadn't gone past it. 6, 7, 8. 15.8 grains. Let's see what we get from this. 10.57, but only 549 feet a second. So pointless in a sub 12 177, frankly. But that's your power span. It's between 10 and 10.5, exactly where you want it. So you'll see, once you change the values for the pellet weight, you get different powers. Unbelievable. Who'd have thought that? So the power is between 10 and 10.5, which is exactly where you want it. For those go, no, I want more power. You could change it if you want to. You could change the reg. You could probably change the hammer spring. But at 10.5, the difference at 50 meters from 10.5 to 11.5, the point of impact is 6 millimeters, quarter of an inch. So is it really worth it? I don't think so. You get a lot more shots at 10.5. Now, the scope's on, so we're about to do the accuracy. Just to let you know, there is plenty of clearance underneath there. I have checked. This scope, now this is a Vantage side focus 6 to 24 by 44 scope. But when I was looking to check the prices of these, which is 250 currently, by the way, for a new one, I couldn't find one with the BDC turrets. I thought, well, why is that? Do you know what? These are BDC turrets, and I've been using this, and I had no idea at all. But the previous owner has fitted these. I say fitted. There's double-sided sticky tape there. Right? It's because there is a Hilti blank instead of where the Allen key would go to lock them off. Again, held in with double-sided sticky tape, and that's on there. Now, I've been using this and hadn't realised it works perfectly. But if you want to put it back to standard, that tape will just come off, and you can just put standard scope turret caps on there. But they work absolutely brilliantly, and I had no idea they weren't supposed to be there until I checked the price yesterday. Scope's on, let's test the accuracy. So there you go. That was 5 shots at 30 metres off this bag. Just a rough 0, but I think that's a great group. That was me. I mean, yeah, you saw that one. I pulled that one. I could have done it again to make it look perfect, but you know, I don't do that. I've never done that, and I'm not going to start doing it now. So that is super domes. Just super. I'll chuck a tin in. The tin I've just used this. That will go in the box with the gun. Now, this is obviously a very nice scope, but you can have it with a proper period scope, which is the Optima Moonlighter, or you can have it with this one. Now, the first person, no, before we get to that, the problem, if such it is, this is a PCP. I don't like posting PCPs in the UK. If somebody in the rest of the world, EU land, wants it, they're not a problem. We can bring it back to here and post it. But posting PCPs in the UK can be tricksy. So I'm going to say, for now, my wife is landing at Portsmouth. She's going to Enfield, then coming back to Salisbury, and then Portsmouth again. Really, ideally, if you say down below, yes, I want it, I will buy this. I really need you to be able to meet up at some point along that route, be able to do that, to collect it, rather than posting it. If it has to be posted, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. But for the moment, ideally, I would like it to be collected by hand to save any potential risk. So if you are able to collect it and you want it, you say down below, I want this, that is your commitment to buy it. We'll arrange payment. Tell me which scope you want with it. If you want it with this one, that means the Moonlighter is available for 60 quid posted. The Vantage is available for £100 posted. If it goes with that one, then the Moonlighter is still available. If it goes with the Moonlighter, then that one's still available. I'm not going to be selling that one on its own, the little 3 to 9 by 40, because it's worth bugger all, really. It's just a little, you know, at some point, usually with scopes like this, at some point, somebody I know will go, oh, I've got a rifle, I've got no scope on it, so I'll just give it to them. That's what that's for. That's just for testing and stuff. But if somebody wants it with this, you're welcome to it. So there you go, 400, 450 or £500. If it sells, it sells. Somewhere between Portsmouth and Enfield. There we are. Let's pop him there. The next thing, well, I really am in two minds about this because I love it. It's my Mars MT1000 LRF thermal scope. You've seen this. I've done videos on this. It's brilliant. You go back and look at the videos, you will see it is absolutely stunning. It is exactly as it came. Everything is still in the box. It's never left the garden. It's barely left the house. It's been fitted to a couple of rifles to do a couple of videos. It's the top of the range one. Comes with a mount, 50mm lens and a 25mm lens. And everything is as new. Absolutely as new. You'll know how much these are. And I want £1,000 or as close to it as possible. That's a bloody big ask, and I do know that. So what I'm thinking, if somebody does want it, I mean, if you do want it, you know it's a bargain at that price because it's hardly been touched, and you're saving hundreds of pounds. If you do want it at that price or close to that price, great, wonderful, let me know. We'll arrange it. This will be going obviously insured, special delivery with armed security guards and all kinds of stuff like that. It's a high-end item. But in the somewhat likely event that you haven't got £1,000 to spaff on a scope, I've got an alternative. Who fancies a little raffle? What I'm thinking, I know it's probably illegal to do a bonus ball raffle, but if anybody's interested in doing a bonus ball raffle, what is it, 59 things to say, I don't know, about 20 quid a ticket, something like that, 20 quid a number, let me know below. If nobody wants to buy this, and if there is enough interest, we will just do that, and you could get yourself 1,500 quid's worth of thermal scope for 20 quid, which I think would be a bonza deal. But we need enough people to be interested to make that work first. So let me know what you think. That's what today's video is. It is just me. I did have a load of scopes. It was quite funny, really. I was piling up big pile of scopes. My wife said, "What are you doing?" She says that a lot. "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, you're going to France, going to the UK next week. I'm getting some stuff that I don't need, and you know, you can post it to people, sell it on Tinterwebs. You can post it to people, and you get." She said, "What are you doing that for?" I said, "Well, I don't use them." She said, "You do? Don't sell those." So she's absolutely right. When I get a gun or I want to do a video, I'll go through half a dozen scopes before I use it. And she is right. The other ones are more expensive scopes. Okay. And I would sell them for less than I paid for them. And then within 6 months, I'll be buying them again and spending more money. So she's forbade me from doing that. So all we've got here is a rather beautiful little piece of British nostalgia in 177. You've seen all about that. There are videos about it in the past. Go back, take a look. You know exactly what you're getting with that gun. And the best thermal unit I've ever seen. If it doesn't go and it doesn't go in a raffle, I will use it. It needs, the thing is, I'm not a hunter. You know I'm not a hunter. I'm a plinker. I'm not even a target shooter because I'm not good enough to be a target shooter. I'm a plinker. It's difficult to plink with thermal. I can do it with me day and night digital stuff, and I do love. That's why a lot of my scopes aren't getting used now, because I love the digital stuff. The DNT digital stuff is awesome. That is awesome. And if I was shooting live targets, that would be, I mean, it is a game changer, no two ways about it. But Lego men, they don't show up on that. So sad, but it's true. If it doesn't sell, I'll use it just for nature watching, but it's an awful lot of money's worth of stuff just to have for that. Anyway, comments below. If you want it, say so. If you're the first, great. If you're not the first, I will take into consideration the second if for any reason the first pulls out. Blah, blah, blah. Like, subscribe, hit notification. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.